Hi everyone. I'm going to prop this up a bit before I start. I want to kind of talk about the latest timeline and all the things that have been happening. I'm going to turn on this light. If I can. Magic light. Maybe that will help us. It doesn't make it much lighter. Maybe I'll do it over on the other side of the room. Thumb is in your way. So, this has been a really intense timeline upgrade. All through February 15th. From February 15th to February 19th and on into the 20th, into the eclipse, February 25th, we have been going through a real lifting in the magnetic veils of the earth. And while in the long run, this is a great upgrade, which allows more light and more love and more liberating frequencies of energy to penetrate into the core surface of Gaia and into the cells of all of our human bodies as cells in her global brain. So this positive, this beauty, like lifting a curtain off so the light can pour in. That's the positive side of lifting of magnetic veils. The negative side, which is actually in the long run positive, but very unpleasant in the short term, is that when the magnetics shift on the earth, that which has been solid and entrapped in the earth, more layers of that solidity are unearthed and made liquid, right? And I was using the analogy of like having frozen feces, right? Your toilet or whatever is frozen. And then here comes the lifting of the veils, the magnetic shifts, and the what was solid becomes liquid. And so now we've got all these energies, all the shadow energies that are a result of exploding fragments being entrapped in descending matrices here in the planet. Because planet Earth was created from the explosions of fifth dimensional planets, harnessed into reversal grids to create prison planet Earth, which is a very distorted configuration of light. Not to say that being on Earth isn't incredible, and we learned so much of what beauty is and what love is here. And our beautiful Gaia in this dimension, her grasses, her trees, her flowers, her species. It's an incredibly beautiful place. So I don't want to say that any disrespect to this current condition. It's just that we're returning to love. And as we return to love, all not love has to be unearthed and remembered into the core love of the one heart. So I've been clearing a lot through viruses and lung and respiratory and coughing. And I know that's been going around this winter a lot. So these viruses do help us to shed really intense layers that we want to get rid of. So they can be really helpful. Okay, so with the eclipse came all of this, the fruit of the lifting of the magnetics, and everything became liquid. And navigating toward love and toward positivity became much more difficult because all the shadow energies and all the, you might call them demonics, all the distorted representations caused by separation consciousness of these explosions, right, are starting to unearth themselves, and they're part of our personalities. You know, we're all made up of these descending thought forms and these ascending thought forms. But when all of a sudden a whole bunch of descending thought forms are liquefied, it's like, whoa, you're driving, and you were driving pretty well before, but now, man, a strong wind comes to pull you into despair, into fear, into self-doubt, right? All these things, because it's all just unearthed at once. So we've been transiting a lot of entities out of the planet core, out of the layers of the planet. My teacher, Lisa Renee, tells us it's dimensions 1D, 2D, 3D, and 4D that have been really where all these soul body parts from Tara and Tiamat have been held, imprisoned in our planet. And so as these souls and body parts are coming up, there's incredible despair, of the memory of their destruction, right? The memory of being blown apart, of dying, of losing their home. It's all up in the consciousness. So many of us have been processing the grief of these fallen, shattered pieces as we're helping to transit them back to their bodies, back to the planetary body of Tara, back to the planetary body of Tiamat, back to the human bodies that lived on both Tara and Tiamat, which are both fifth dimensional planets that exploded, and their body parts became captive here. So we've been in this incredible massacre, memory, funeral of all of this death, and then lifting these body parts back home. And we're just emerging from that now. And oh God, it's such a relief. This was a huge descent and reconnaissance mission to retrieve these souls from Tara and from Tiamat. So that's the update. I mean, looking in the long term, we saw February 3rd make a beautiful connection to the umbilical cord with Divine Mother, aligning more and more of Earth's dimensional identities, stacking them so that the Earth could have this beautiful soul retrieval. And continuing with that soul retrieval has been the changing of the magnetics, more love, lifting us into more liberation, bringing up more descending shadow parts for us to help midwife back to their origins. And so much love, everyone. It's been an intense time, and hope you're hanging in there okay. You know, if you want to do a healing or a clearing or, you know, galactic surgery, transiting, moving entities out, bringing alignment to light as we move through these shifts, call me up. This is my specialty. Just being able to really help us maximize and absorb and receive these frequencies by letting go of all that does not serve us and that all that is not in alignment with this beautiful receptivity to love and light. So much love, everyone. And we'll be talking soon again. Bye.